As season 19 of Sister Wives progresses, fans are finally learning more about some of their most burning questions. And viewers have long wanted to know more about the division of finances, what's going on with Coyote, and whether their suspicions that Meri Brown has been financially mistreated are substantiated. Overall, reality TV fans didn't know what to expect before season 19 debuted back in December, given that the show's premise was a plural marriage, and 3 of Kody Brown's 4 wives exited the marriage before it premiered. Kody's OG3, Meri, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown-Woolley, all walked out on Kody one by one, leaving him monogamous by default with his 4th wife, Robyn Brown. Robyn has been vocal this season about her purported distaste for monogamy, and Kody very reluctantly accepted Christine's decree that his one remaining wife happens to be his soulmate. We've been recapping each episode of Sister Wives in detail, and before we get to what Meri said about Coyote, you might want to refresh your memory on everything that's happened so far. As its title suggests, Meri's release, functionally, a dissolution of her spiritual commitment to Kody, finally arrived in episode 5. In episode 9, Janelle went out of her way to raise her concerns about the fair division of assets like Coyote passed to Meri, and Meri caught a lot of backlash from viewers who thought she threw Janelle under the bus by discussing it with Kody and Robyn. Broadly, Sister Wives fans have long harbored a belief that Meri in particular has been financially mistreated, and her commentary about her share of Coyote past during episode 18 appeared to substantiate those concerns in a big way. Incidentally, that episode was titled "Money is the Root of All Evil," a truncated version of a Bible verse, "For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evils." Meri's explanation: disappointing, not surprising. In episode 18, one scene depicted a conversation between Meri and her friend Jen Sullivan. Meri and Jen began discussing Coyote Pass, an oft-mentioned and ill-fated parcel of land in Flagstaff, purchased prior to the collapse of the Brown family's plural marriage. According to Meri, who was horribly stonewalled by Kody in her quest to dissolve their spiritual marriage, her ex-husband was not exceptionally forthcoming when she and Janelle sought answers about their financial interest in Coyote Pass. Meri told Jen she was still in the dark. In an interspersed confessional, Janelle posited that Kody could potentially be talking to someone about selling it out from underneath his first 3 wives, which honestly sounds like the most plausible outcome. It can be hard to keep track of who's who on Sister Wives, particularly when it comes to all of Kody's children, and though Janelle and Christine each had 6 children, Meri had 1 child with Kody. While talking to Jen, Meri indicated that Kody sought to make her Coyote past share smaller for that reason. Bear in mind, with the exception of Christine's daughter Truly, 14, nearly all of Kody's children with Meri, Janelle, and Christine are young adults, and many have families of their own, so it's not like any of these kids need acres of land on which to run around. Jen is something of an audience avatar on Sister Wives, and she spoke for fans when she responded to Meri. That absence of parity involving Meri and Leon, the son she shares with Kody, was not limited to Coyote Pass. Jen raised the issue of the cost of college, cars, and other young adult expenses, and questioned whether the children were treated equally. Meri confirmed that was not the case, saying, "No, not for Leon's costs. I paid for Leon's college, and it went to the majority of the kids' cars, but not Leon's. I paid the car payments." According to Meri, Kody explicitly stated that her share of Coyote Pass ought to be smaller, irrespective of how much she put in, and she said. In a confessional, Kody minimized Meri's Coyote Pass concerns, saying, "I don't even want to discuss it. Meri can do all the complaining about whatever happened." Of reality television, the lives of the Brown family from Sister Wives have captivated millions. The Brown family, led by Kody Brown, is a polygamous family consisting of Kody and his 4 wives. Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn. Throughout the show, viewers have witnessed the complex dynamics of their relationships, from love and support to tension and conflict. Among the most poignant issues that have come to light in the series is the conflict surrounding Coyote Pass, a piece of land that Kody purchased in hopes of building homes for each of his wives to fulfill his dream of creating a communal family living arrangement. However, one of the most infuriating moments for fans of the show, and, no doubt, for Meri herself, was when Kody attempted to shortchange her share of Coyote Pass, leading to a conflict that revealed deep-seated issues in their marriage and within the family. Meri's reaction to this situation sparked an outpouring of emotions, both from her and from the fans, and it exemplified the complex, and at times, frustrating relationships within the Brown family. The land and its promise. Coyote Pass, located in Flagstaff, Arizona, became a symbol of hope and vision for the Brown family. Kody had a dream of each wife having her own home on the property, and while the family had long shared homes, this idea of separate dwellings on the same land was supposed to represent the future, one where each wife could maintain her own space while still being connected as a family unit. Initially, the idea of building these homes was met with excitement. It seemed like a perfect solution to some of the challenges the family had been facing, particularly in terms of space and privacy. However, as is often the case in polygamous families, underlying tensions began to emerge, and the dream of Coyote Pass became more complicated than anyone had anticipated. The tension with Meri. Meri Brown's relationship with Kody had already been strained for years by the time the family made their plans for Coyote Pass. Meri was the first wife, but her relationship with Kody had been characterized by ups and downs, including a highly publicized emotional affair Kody had with another woman, which led to an emotional separation between them. Though they remained married, it was clear that Kody's connection with Meri had shifted, and their relationship had become distant. Kody was more emotionally and physically involved with his other wives, and Meri, once the central figure in Kody's life, had been pushed to the periphery. When it came time to discuss the logistics of Coyote Pass, Kody's decision to shortchange Meri's share of the land felt like a stark reflection of this diminished status in their relationship. While the other wives received larger shares of land, Kody seemed to minimize Meri's stake, offering her only a fraction of what he had promised. This was infuriating for Meri, who had already felt overlooked and undervalued in her marriage. The land, which was supposed to be a symbol of unity and family, instead became a symbol of the inequities and unresolved issues in her relationship with Kody. Kody's rationalization. Kody's reasoning for wanting to shortchange Meri's share of Coyote Pass was baffling to many fans, and understandably so. He justified it by claiming that Meri's emotional distance and her lack of involvement in family matters meant she didn't need as much land. Kody argued that Meri's diminished role in the family dynamic should be reflected in her portion of the property, which felt like a deeply unfair assessment of Meri's place in the family. Kody's decision highlighted a recurring issue in his relationships with all his wives, the sense that he was in control and his decision-making was final. This was particularly frustrating for Meri, who had been in the family from the beginning. Her sense of loyalty and commitment to Kody had been unwavering, despite the strain in their relationship, yet Kody seemed to disregard this history when it came to something as significant as land ownership. Meri's response. Meri's reaction to Kody's decision was one of disbelief and frustration. She had put up with years of emotional neglect, and now she felt that she was being further marginalized. Her reaction was not just about the land. It was about the years of emotional labor and loyalty she had given to Kody, which now seemed to be going unappreciated. In the face of this inequity, Meri struggled with how to assert herself. Her response was a mixture of passive frustration and active defiance. She wasn't sure how to navigate this situation. She wanted to stand up for herself, but the structure of her marriage and the dynamics within the family made it difficult to do so. She felt trapped in a marriage where she was no longer seen as a priority. Meri's frustration was compounded by the sense that Kody was prioritizing his other wives and their emotional needs over hers. This not only deepened her resentment, but also illuminated a fundamental flaw in Kody's approach to polygamy, his seeming inability to treat each wife as an equal partner in the family, even when it came to something as simple as land distribution. The impact on the family. The situation with Coyote did not just affect Meri and Kody. It had a ripple effect on the rest of the family. The other wives were aware of the tensions, and some expressed their concerns about the fairness of the land division. The entire family was caught in the web of Kody's decision, and while he may have thought he was being practical, it created division and dissatisfaction. For Meri, the situation with Coyote was the final straw in a long series of emotional grievances. It revealed a deep rift in her marriage and her place in the family. The incident underscored the emotional toll of living in a polygamous family, where love, loyalty, and affection often seem secondary to practicality and control. Conclusion. In the end, the decision to shortchange Meri on her share of Coyote was an infuriating example of how the dynamics of Kody's polygamous family were unequal and fraught with emotional complications. It served as a turning point for Meri, forcing her to confront the inequalities in her marriage and in her place within the family. It also highlighted the difficulties of living in a plural marriage, where fairness and respect often seemed elusive. For Meri, Coyote symbolized more than just a piece of land. It became a symbol of her struggle for recognition and respect in a family where she often felt invisible. The decision to shortchange her was a painful reminder that for Kody, some relationships and promises were more equal than others.